Developer Students Lab. I'm also a co-organizer for GDG Nairobi, and I'm also a Moringa School campus ambassador. Yeah, I'm me. Yeah, that's pretty much about me. I was also part of Kamilibu. Kamilibu is a mentorship program for university students. Yeah, and that is where I got to learn about imposter syndrome and how it affects all of us in different ways. Yeah, and I guess ever since I finished the program, I've just put myself out there to speak to people about imposter syndrome because it's something that we battle with, and we don't really have like a cure for it, but it actually does happen. So yeah, so I think we'll start right away. Yeah, so what is imposter syndrome? Some of you might know what imposter syndrome is. Some of you maybe have it, but you don't even know. Like, what exactly is imposter syndrome? I think just like the way we have malaria and it has its own symptoms, and yeah, like a disease. Yeah, there are things that can help you identify that this is imposter syndrome or something. So we're going to be looking at that and in which we can overcome it. Yeah, but one thing that is really important is the fact that the moment imposter syndrome comes to your mind or you hear about imposter syndrome, I believe your mind automatically registers the word fraud. Yeah, like an imposter, someone that is pretending to somebody they're not. Yeah, so like this imposter syndrome is that feeling. It's like you feel like you're portraying yourself to be somebody that you are actually not. Yeah. So a lot of the time you feel like a fraud. So feeling like a fraud is like one of the symptoms of imposter syndrome. It's not really like a disease that you go and get treated at the hospital, but it's something we battle with every time. So yeah, I think we could define it. It's a psychological pattern in which people doubt their accomplishments and have a persistent and often internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. Yeah, like you've done something, you've achieved something for yourself, but you always feel like someone is just going to do some research and they're going to find out like maybe you didn't get it. Like, I don't know, some like people will do a lot of background checks on you and find out that they're not really smart, that you just got their word just like that, things like that. And also the feeling that despite your achievements, you are a fraud. Do you get like you've really done well, but you don't believe that all those achievements are by you. So you feel like you're an imposter, like you're somebody else. Yeah. That you don't really believe that these achievements are yours. Like you may feel that your achievements are due to luck or external factors and not because of your ability. You feel like if you got a scholarship or you applied for something and got in, you feel like it's not really because of you and what you're able to offer. You feel like it's because maybe there's no competition, or maybe the gods on your side on that particular day, or you just lucky. You get like you never really feel like this is your own doing. You feel like it's somebody else. Yeah. And also, like this one summarizes imposter syndrome, and I believe by now you're already getting the gist of it. Yeah. So like these are just diagrams are representing imposter syndrome. Like if we can see here, so like when you have imposter syndrome, you always feel like you don't know how to do something. So you think you really can't do this particular thing. But in real sense, you actually can do it. So like the bigger picture is that you can actually do, like you can do many things, but in your head, or what you're trying to convince yourself, or what you believe is like, no, I can only do little, I don't even know much. Yeah. But then the opposite is now overconfidence. Yeah, you think you can do a lot, but in real sense, you really can't do. This is not a goal. Yeah, yeah. We don't really also want to be overconfident that we portray ourselves as people that can do something and maybe can't even do. Yeah, yeah. And even for imposter syndrome, you always feel like you know little about something and you feel like what I think other people know. So you feel like a lot of people know more about a particular thing and you do not know. Yet you also qualify to be in the category the other people that you actually know this particular thing. Yeah. Yeah, some imposter syndrome is, yeah, you feel like something make something like you've really had an achievement for yourself, you've really gotten an award or something, or won a scholarship, or any achievement, yeah, for yourself, you make it look easy. Yeah, or you're discounting its value. You're not giving it the credit that it deserves, or you're not giving yourself the credit that you actually deserve. So like I'm gonna ask you a few questions. You don't really have to answer me, but you can answer yourself, yeah. Like, so do you secretly worry that others will find out that you're not as smart or capable as you are? Maybe it's in your class, yeah, or yeah, in your classroom, yeah. You feel like maybe you did a question, you solved that question, or maybe you did a good presentation, and maybe other things that you're really smart, but then deep down they're praising you and you're worried that, oh, maybe at time they'll just figure out it's just oh, I'm not really smart, yeah. You start feeling like, maybe I just maybe winged it this day because I was lucky, yeah. Do you sometimes shy away from challenges because of nagging self-doubt, yeah? Like you are afraid to take on things, you're afraid to do projects, you're afraid to do anything, you're afraid to start something new because you're doubting yourself, you feel like you're not really able to do it, or you can't pull it off, yeah. When people compliment you, do you respond with, it's not big deal, yeah, no, it's nothing much, this is where you make something look really easy, or you're discounting its value. uh, do you hate making a mistake? You're like you're less prepared, or you're not doing things perfectly. We have people that, if something is not done perfectly, I guess we call them perfectionists, yeah. Like they really want things to go in a certain way, yeah. And if they don't go in a certain way, they really feel so bad. They are discouraged, and they don't even have energy to go on about doing whatever they really want to do. Yeah. So do you believe that other people, your friends, your students, your fellow students, colleagues, and competitors are smarter or more capable than you are? Like, are you that person that when you see people or in a conversation, you always feel like, Simon is smarter than me? Simon is a bright one. It's the one that will get this. Yeah. You never believe that it can actually be you. So you're always thinking of other people, that are always smarter than you. You're just there. Yeah. Or do you live in fear of being found out, discovered, and masked? So if you have any of this, if any of these questions actually relates to you, if you've asked yourself and you feel like one of them is speaking about you, then you have imposter syndrome. So if you didn't know imposter syndrome, this is how it comes, yeah. So all these are just some of the ways to find out if you have imposter syndrome. Yeah. So the good thing about imposter syndrome is that you are not alone. We have so many people that have battled imposter syndrome, and we are still battling them. Yeah. Like we know the famous Maya Angelou, she's a writer. She's written 11 books, but each time she thinks, oh, they're going to find out like I'm not really a good writer or something of the sort. We have people that have won awards, yeah. And I feel like, oh no, why people maybe like this particular Natalie Portman, she won a movie award, and she feels like, why would people want to see me again on the screen? So she didn't feel like, oh, I should really make it again to me on TV and do a movie. Like she was doubting herself all this time. These people are really doubting themselves. And even Albert Einstein, yeah, like we all know Albert Einstein as somebody who was really like really great, yeah, like a great scientist, and but oftentimes he used to feel like an imposter, and he also shared this with or his friends. Like he felt like every time he did something, he felt like a swindler because of the way people are speaking about him. The people are praising him. Every time he now felt like he's a fraud, he's an imposter, yeah. So like a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people that we really look up to, like like think of anybody that you're really looking up to. Chances are they are battling imposter syndrome, but we don't know because not everyone just goes about talking, oh, I have imposter syndrome. Yeah, we feel it ourselves, and we always feel like, oh, you feel like it's only you that is going through that, but there are so many people, and like I told you, like even successful people, even me, yeah. I'm talking to you about imposter syndrome. I have imposter syndrome. Like I think I like talking about imposter syndrome because I think I can relate much to it, but I also have it. Like many times I'm given an opportunity and I feel like, oh no, no, I can't do this. I don't even have the right skills for this. Yeah. And this is something that really happens. So that's like imposter syndrome. That's why it's really hard to actually navigate around it because it will always come. Yeah, as long as you are exploring a new field, you're exploring new ground, you want to take on a new challenge, you'll always feel like there's always that voice that tells you, no, 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 I can't do this. I can't do this. Yeah, like well, the symptoms of imposter syndrome, like I mentioned before, you're always feeling like a fraud. Yeah, you downplay your achievements, like you've really done well, you've done amazing things, but you really discount them. You don't really feel like they are worth it. Yeah, you don't feel like they're worth celebrating. Yeah, you feel like people are really celebrating you over nothing. There's really nothing to celebrate about. Yeah, you're always afraid of people discovering you. Yeah, you always feel like other people are smart and they'll figure out that you're not really smart. or you feel like you actually got a position, an opportunity, or a scholarship just because of luck or because of any other thing and not your own doing. Like, how do we overcome imposter syndrome? We can't really cure, like any other disease, we can't really cure it completely, but we can try to overcome imposter syndrome. And we're going to look at some of the ways in which we can overcome imposter syndrome. So these are some of the ways. So the first I'll say is compliment yourself. Yeah. So like I told you, you don't feel like it's you. You feel like it's somebody else. It's somebody else is taking up your body. Somebody else is doing things, yeah, using your name or something, but it's you, yeah. So I think we'll start off by complimenting yourself. Yeah. So let's say we are in the tech space. Let me just assume we are in the tech space. Maybe you're learning coding, or you want to take on something, or you've done something. Let's say you did a hello world in Android, yeah, or hello world in JavaScript, hello world in Python. You didn't know how to do it before, yeah, but now you've done it, yeah. But then you don't really think it's much credit. You don't feel like you want to tell somebody, oh, I wrote my first hello world statement. You feel like, oh, nah, no. I think we should start by appreciating ourselves and appreciating the little thing that we have done for us on your story, on your journey, yeah, because everybody starts from somewhere, yeah. So like you want to always find reasons to compliment yourself. So it's easy for other people to compliment you. Yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like if you compliment yourself, yeah, you teach yourself how to appreciate the thing that you've done for yourself. And like, yeah, Tabby, I did this. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is amazing. Yeah, I'm making progress. Yeah. So like if I develop that culture where I really get to compliment myself for the things that I do and not doubt myself, then it's gonna be easy when somebody else comes and says, oh, this is actually amazing. This is a very wonderful project. Yeah. It's not going to be hard. You will not start feeling like, why are they really saying this? Do you get it? So you should start by appreciating ourselves, owning our accomplishments in as much as they look. You don't really have to be Elon Musk. You don't really have to do something great. It can be as small as you can get, whatever it is, as long as it makes you happy that, oh, I didn't know how to do this before and I can do it now. So appreciate yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be too harsh. Be kind to yourself and compliment yourself. And that is going to be easy when other people now start complimenting you. Yeah. So the other way we can try to overcome imposter syndrome is tracking your success. Yeah. So like, so if you really have a problem, yeah, you do amazing things, but you have a problem every time you fall down the imposter syndrome lane. Yeah. So you could do is maybe you've achieved something. Yeah, maybe today I won a scholarship, or today I did a project, or maybe I contributed to something, I gave my input on something. You can try and note them down. Yeah, you can note them down, or you can try and always remember them. But maybe I say a possible way is note them down in somewhere. And then when a time comes and you're in a moment where you feel like, oh, I feel like I'm an imposter, I feel like I don't really know anything, I feel like I can't do this, go back. Yeah, you cannot go back to your journal, your diary, or anything that you really where you noted down your achievement or your success, and then look. So and then that will serve like a reminder, like if you're able to do all those things, that it means that you are ready for the next big thing. You're ready for the next challenge. You're ready to take up whatever you're really afraid of doing. Yeah. So yeah, I think that will go a long way. Yeah. So tracking your success, checking what you've done before can serve as a reminder. Like if I was able to do this thing, then this means I can also deal with this. So another way tracking will help you is now maybe if it's a project you did or something you did, so it can help you assess yourself and see, oh, so this is where my strength lies. Yeah, I'm really good at writing code, or I'm really good at testing, or I'm really good at designing. Yeah, so then you'll now know, or maybe so where exactly am I failing? Or maybe you did an interview, yeah, you passed the interview, yeah. So like you see where what was my strength, what was my weakness. So and that way you can start working on your weaknesses, so that those weaknesses don't act like a stumbling block in your next opportunity. Yeah. Then the other one is recognize and healthy professionalism. Like I said before, we have those people that really want things to go, perfectly. Like things have to go in a certain way, and if they don't go, they get discouraged. Yeah. So like I love this quote. Yeah, done is better than perfect. Like you don't really have to do something that doesn't really have to turn out the way we thought. Things tend to change along the process. So don't really tear yourself down. Don't be hard on yourself when it doesn't really go that way. As long as you've done something, as long as it has made progress, then it's something that you can be proud of. Let things going the wrong way or going the way that you didn't expect be serve as something that will discourage you from actually continuing the good work that you have been doing. So just let us set realistic goals for ourselves. Let us not do set up things that we really can't do. Yeah. So just be easy on yourself. Just take it easy, one step at a time. And yeah, done is better than perfect. Talk to people in your field. Like I told you before, we are not really alone in this imposter syndrome bubble. Yeah, there are so many people. So like, I think it will help you to talking to people. Like when I talk to somebody maybe I look up to, maybe my mentor, and then when I tell them, oh, I've been feeling this way lately. So the moment you are vulnerable enough to talk to them, you never know, they can really open up to you and say, oh, you know what, when I was you, or when I was at a particular point in my life, I was going through this particular feeling, yeah, and they can help you. Maybe they can give you tips on how they are able to overcome their own, imposter syndrome, and with that, it can also help you overcome yours. And if it doesn't, then you can get insights on maybe what you will do to help you feel better and encourage you not to actually feel like you are an imposter. So talking to people really matters, because there are many people that are battling the same thing. So being vulnerable, opening up to people, yeah, it can give us sort of encouragement. Apart from you being motivated, at least you feel like, oh, I'm not alone. We are so many. That thing they always say, it's going. Like, as long as we are many in this thing, there's that sense of like, at least I'm not battling this alone. So you don't really have to feel bad. It should not stop you from doing things. Yeah. So, and then keep upskilling. Yeah. So if you figure out, I don't want to do this hackathon, I don't want to take this challenge, or I don't want to start this opportunity because I don't know how to program, I don't know how to code, I don't know Python, I don't know JavaScript, I don't know Kotlin or Java. Yeah. So when you figure out, or you feel like you really don't know, so what do? Go and upskill. Yeah. Go and learn. Yeah. If I need to go and learn Python, set up, yourself. Go and look for best tutorials. You can ask people like, what are the best resources I can get? Yeah. Go and get them. Start learning. Yeah. Keep teaching yourself. Keep upskilling. So the moment you keep upskilling, you're getting the skills, you're learning, and you keep on growing. Yeah. So I guess that the next time when you have an opportunity, then it's not going to be hard for you. You feel like, oh, I think I'm actually qualified to do this. I've done several personal projects for myself, or I've helped out somebody in this particular question in this language. So it can really, help you in the next phase. Like when you have a challenge before you that you want to do, then it can help you get rid of your self-doubt. So I think it's a good thing to actually upskill. That's really important. Just not say, oh, I feel like I'm an imposter, I don't know, I can't. So when you figure out you really can do something, go and learn it. Yeah, because everybody is learning. Yeah, we don't have everything figured out. So keep learning, get that skill, and then go ahead and tackle. Yeah, it will help you figure out your self-doubt. Like I said before, remember, you're not alone. We are so many in this thing. We keep battling it every single time. Like I said, as long as you are starting something new, as long as you're starting a new adventure, it doesn't really have to be coding. Yeah, it can be cooking. I feel like maybe I can't cook. Yeah, but I can maybe go and learn how to cook. I can go and get tutorials. How can I cook this particular food? Yeah. So when I have the skills, I can get the confidence to actually go and start on and start cooking. And you never know, maybe I can make something good out of it. So it doesn't really have to be coding. Just think about any area of your life, whatever that you really feel like you're afraid of doing, yeah, or something that you feel like you're really doing well, but you feel like you're not. So just figure it out, and then see how using this some of these ways, see how you can actually help overcome that unhealthy feeling. So yeah, so I mentioned when you get the skills to help you be confident. Confidence is really an important thing. Yeah, when you have the skills and you have the confidence, yeah, that's a boost, because you won't be afraid of taking up a challenge. You'll always be up for it. Like, I can do this. I got this. Sometimes it's good to hype yourself that I got this. I got this. I got it. I'm ready for this. So confidence really matters, because you can have the skills and you don't really have the confidence. Yeah, and then you're well, but not really well, because you're still shy. You don't want to show up. You don't want to participate. You don't want people to think you are the brains behind this particular project. Yeah. So I think being confident, own up your skills. Be confident about it and go ahead and take on challenges. Like confidence and skills is it's really a big boost that can help you overcome imposter syndrome. At least when you're starting to feel insecure, you're starting to feel, no, you can't do this, then I'm like, you know what? I have the skills, and I'm confident, and I'm ready for this. I can do this. Yeah. So you don't have to attain perfectionism so that you can be worthy of the success you've achieved. Just appreciate every little progress. I like saying progress is always progress. Appreciate the little wins, the things that you've done for yourself along the way. Yeah. You don't have to be an expert in anything. You don't have to say, oh, I'm not an Android expert, so I can't start doing Android. No. Yeah. You need to show up and be you. Yeah. If it's an event they are doing, like I like to say about myself, I use back then. I never used to know any of these technical skills, but I used to attend this event, yeah, and I'm like, I believe at some point I will get an understanding of them. So I will fail. Sometimes things will not install, things will really not go well, but I kept showing up. Yeah, I had the intention because I'm like, one day I want to make sure I learn this thing. So keep showing up, being real to yourself. Don't really have to be an expert to be able to do something. And that is how you get to learn. We keep learning. Yeah. No one should tell you. Don't think someone is a. We have people that really have mastered something. They are really gurus, but they're still learning. Yeah, we keep learning. If it's something, how to how to center a div, and you don't know it, just go and Google. Don't feel shy. Don't feel like, oh, because I have to Google, it means that I'm not really good at this thing. Even those people who are really senior, they have to go ahead and Google very minor things. So yeah, keep learning. Don't ever feel bad about it, and keep growing. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you do projects, you expose yourself and you get the skills. Yeah, keep it real. Don't be a fake. Don't be lying. Like, be authentic to yourself. Like I said before, the people who will really say, oh, I can do this, I can do this, and then in real sense they can't really do it. Yeah, and then maybe they give you a task to do, and then you won't do, and then you now say, imposter syndrome. No, so just be really honest with yourself. You know what, Tabby or Simon, I don't know how to do this. Yeah, and I really acknowledge the fact that I don't know, but what can I do? Yeah, maybe I can go, I can talk to someone, I can start learning, I can start doing tutorials, I can start attending events, I can start doing this. Yeah, so that is slowly by slowly, I will start growing, yeah, to help me. Or even when you're offered an opportunity or a job or an internship and you feel like you don't even know, you just be honest and say, I don't really know this. I don't really know how to navigate around JavaScript, but I feel like given more time, I can learn on the job. I can get, the bearing of it. So just be honest. Yeah, it really goes a long way in being honest. And it helps you not really be afraid of facing your teammates or facing your colleagues just because you are afraid or they figure out I don't even know how to do this thing. So just be real with yourself and keep learning, keep upskilling. Like I said, own your greatness, overcome the self-doubt within you, appreciate your wins, everything that you've done for yourself. I think I will ask you to look back at your journey so far, things you've done, things you never thought that you could do. Those are your achievements, yeah, and start appreciating them and appreciate the fact that you are actually the one that were able to do them. So yeah, own your greatness, own your story, and then get motivated to actually do more and do better. Yeah, because we keep learning, we keep, as we grow older, we get new skills, we learn new things, and then that opens up us to better ways of handling problems or solving problems. Yeah, I guess you can even maybe look at the code you did before and you feel like, I've now gotten the skills and I know I don't think I was writing this code in the right way, and I think I now have the skills to actually improve it and make it more clean and make it more efficient. And then remember to always talk to people. Don't just stay in your room, or just don't stay alone. Just don't battle this alone. Talk to people, and you never know. It will really go a long way in helping you overcome it. So yeah, I think I came across this point where I said having imposter syndrome could be a good sign. Yeah, the fact that you're aware and you worry that you must be a fraud, then that means you may actually not be a fraud. You're just worried that you're a fraud. Yeah, at least it's not the same as that Dunning-Kruger effect, which is when you think you can do something but you don't know. Like the Dunning-Kruger effect is that effect where people with low ability mistakenly think their ability is much higher than it is, and they fail to recognize their own incompetence. Like at least imposter syndrome will makes you feel like you feel like you're just worried, you're just having self-doubt. Yeah, but in real sense, maybe you're not even really an imposter. You actually know how to do this, and you're not the person that um that goes about beating their chest that they can do something when in real sense they can't even do it. So yeah, so like I mentioned before, we can't really overcome imposter syndrome because as long as we are getting into new stages, as long as we are doing different things in our day-to-day activities, we'll face it. We'll have that voice that will be discouraging you, that voice that will be giving you negativity, yeah, and making you not even take up that particular thing. Yeah, you have seen something, someone has sent something for you to apply. You're like, no, it's not for me. I feel like maybe someone else is better qualified. I am not. Yeah. So it keeps coming, yeah, but you can find ways of overcoming it, like I mentioned before. So we can try and look at some of the things I've mentioned and try and see if you can actually overcome it. So every time you have that feeling of of self-doubt, just remind yourself, it's just a feeling. Yeah, but I got this, I can do this. Yeah, so keep pushing. Yeah, keep going. Don't let it, because imposter syndrome is really bad, because if you don't really find a way to overcome it, it can really stop you from achieving many things. It can stop you from taking up project that could help you, or taking up opportunities that could ultimately change your life. Do you get? So I think just let's find a way to work around it. Yeah, just acknowledge, yeah, okay, this is imposter syndrome. I know this is you making me feel like I'm not qualified for this, but I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to do better. Yeah, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to actually go for this thing and try out. It doesn't matter if you fail. It doesn't matter if you are applying to get rejected. When you get rejected, you learn. Yeah, you know, okay, this is where I went wrong. Maybe I can improve on this. So that next time you keep on trying, until you will get it. Yeah. So some of us just don't have things figured out at the first go. Yeah, we have to fail terribly different times before we actually get it right. So just don't feel bad. Yeah, don't pressure yourself. Take it easy. Let's just do this one step at a time. Yeah. So thank you. That's the end of my presentation.
Wow, amazing, but it was so short. I think I've been expecting for 1 hour or 2 hours, but anyway, thank you so much. So I've learned a lot, and I can admit I'm still facing the thing.
Mm.
Almost every day I feel I don't know anything. Yeah, and the best thing I do, I go check. Sometimes you may spend the whole day in Stack Overflow, but anyway, we keep learning. So I don't know whether there is anybody who has an input before I start calling people their names. Anybody who like to ask a question? Thank you, Joshua. Joshua, you can unmute yourself, Joshua, and say something. Well, are there questions? Okay, if there are no questions, maybe I should start. I've seen something. Okay, Joshua is trying to. I've seen my great friend, Michael Kimathi. MK, are you in a position to unmute yourself and say hi?
Yes, how are you guys?
Fine, thank you.
Well, so it seems I joined late. So how is everyone? How was the session?
The session was amazing. I've learned a lot. Yeah, and I've learned something new. There are 6 ways you can try to overcome imposter syndrome, and the session was good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah,
I've
those are the
shared
6 things.
I've shared a link. I wrote an article about imposter syndrome, so you can just go through it to remind yourself if you need to.
Thank you. Well, Joshua, are you in a position to speak? Joshua, followed by Brian Kiprop. Do you have an input or anything or a question? Brian,
Hello, everyone.
hi. Brian has disappeared. Who else? Chege Brian is the guy who has been taking us through Flutter. He's a Flutter guru. So MK, if you see an opportunity for a Flutter guru, you can talk to Chege Brian. Chege, are you in a position to speak? Chege,
Does he have a GitHub repo or any portfolio that I can check out?
Yes, I'm sure he has. Chege, unasikia? He's saying he cannot find his mic. Maybe you can try refreshing because I can see you're already a host. Who else? We have Ian. Ian, how are you? Again, Ian is the guy, Node.js guy. And people, you can keep your questions coming.
Hello.
Yes, Ian.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for Tabby for taking her time to speak to us, and it's been a very nice session of talking about imposter syndrome, which many of us have been tackling. And uh, those are just my few remarks only.
Well, thank you. Chege, I can see now you are a host.
Check. Mic check.
Yes, tunakusikia.
Oh yeah. It's been a great session. Well, for me, that Dunning Kruger effect that has the summary of all of it. Because yes, we do experience it every day, every time, for sure. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing also. There's always a way you can take positivity from negative situations. That was a great conversation. Tabby, thank you for being our host today.
Um,
Great. There is a lady by the name Angie. Angie, uh, Chege, you can mute yourself. There is a lady by the name Angie. Don't know whether she's. I can see her. Angie, you can prepare. You can say something or ask a question. Is there anybody with a question? Thank you, MK, for the Ilarian.com. Guys, you can have a look at it. Great. Tabitha, I can see you have a question. Hi, Tabitha. In terms of generalization and specialization on a skill, what will you advise?
I'm not really sure what you mean by generalization and specialization on a skill, but what I'd say is huh, maybe I'd say the first thing is to figure out which part you really want to take. Yeah, do you want to take the Android part or the web part? And then from there you can then figure out if it's web, how many languages are here, or what do I need? Maybe I'm a back-end person or I'm a front-end person. So what do I really need to learn? Do I need to know Node.js? That when you figure out from the start, yeah, it's gonna help you not just start just doing all the programming languages. You now do Python, you are doing JavaScript, you're doing this. So I think just figure out where your interest exactly is, what you really want to do for yourself, then do research on that particular area. What languages do I need to learn? And then now do that particular language, learn it, make sure you're really good at it, ask people questions, do projects on it, and then expose yourself in areas that particular language related, yeah, so that you don't really end up confusing yourself when doing many things. And maybe when you've really mastered it, then you can open up your mind to start taking other languages, learn them and the same thing. But just don't really get messed up having the pressure to know everything. You can just know one thing and really become good at it and get an opportunity in that particular language or field.
Thank you for your response. Is there anybody else with a question or feeling left out? Kina Newton, Nikki, Philip, Grace, do you have something to say or to ask? I think we are done now. Or is there anybody who has been left out? Is there anybody who has been left out?
Hey Simon.
Yes. Yes, please. I've seen somebody wants to say something.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay. MK, maybe you can just emphasize on what you've posted about the opportunities.
Yeah, thank you so much, Simon. So most of you are familiar with Africa Talking, and is a platform we are working on that actually is opening up. Actually, is already open up for developers, and we are continuing to open up that as soon as next week to ensure that also we come where you are. So I would encourage guys to join those channels, because there are a couple of things that I'll share on those channels to aggregate you, and whenever something comes up, you're able to get. Just to give you an overview of the platform is that you'll be able to create awesome application on top of it, and it can be as good as creating a whole full-fledged company on top of this platform. So you can see how big it is in terms of, if you are really good in what you do, you can always go ahead and, start playing with it, starting understanding it and how it works. And it's like in, in a customer base, the same way we say about other platforms, which are global based kind of platform. So in this case, you're like plugging into, stocking customers who are already looking for solution on top of what they're getting from after stocking. And in that case, opportunities are unlimited for you. So I just thought I should share.
Thank you. I appreciate so much. MK has been a close friend. I normally disturb him when I have question, and he has been sharing with me sharing with me the tips I can use to make a community grow. Thank you, MK, for finding time and also sharing your opportunities with us. Thank you so much, Tabitha. I know you had a busy day and finding time for us. I really appreciate that so much. Tabitha has been in a series of meetings since I think yesterday. Thank you so much, Tabitha. Uh, Maybe is there anybody else who have been left out, or we should call it a day?
Thank you, Simon. I really appreciate it.
Welcome. So I'm gonna share the links shared, and one more thing, you can check ilarian.com. MK, maybe when you join one of the WhatsApp groups, you can ask MK what it means. So with that, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you. We are going to meet next week as we come to the last episode of Flutter Fridays, and I hope you are going to enjoy. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Come on, bye.
Bye.